Hello everyone, my name is Priyal Patel, and I'm here to present to you my proposal for graduate research, desalination of ocean water to address water scarcity in Tanzania. I chose Tanzania primarily because water scarcity is a serious ongoing problem. Two factors that contribute to this is an increase in agriculture and population growth. My research aims to determine the contrasting effects of UV radiation and condensation methods as means of purification and desalination of ocean water. From a thermodynamic standpoint, I hypothesize that the UV radiation method here will be the most effective method. In order to research and implement the infrastructure along the coastline, the first task I must accomplish is to get the approval of the Tanzanian government. There are two very specific aims for this research that I hope to accomplish. The first is to determine how UV radiation contributes to the desalination process. The second aim is to verify if the condensation process, the alternative method, is a more energetically and a cost-favorable one. Depletion of drinking water directly relates to the survival of the coastal population. By using ocean water as a purified water source, we can still increase agriculture without taking a toll on the survival of many coastal Tanzanians. It's important here to consider the poverty of Tanzania. With only approximately $100 per capita GDP, the research aims to solve a socio-economical and environmental problem in the least expensive way. When researching, I aim to provide the most energy-efficient method. Desalination is typically a thermodynamically expensive method. Therefore, I would like to see whether the UV radiation or the condensation method here is more energetically favorable. To do so, I will investigate and determine which method reduces the most thermodynamic expenditure. The final apparatus should accomplish three goals. It should be energetically inexpensive, easy to manipulate, and easy to install. To do so, I want to accomplish three main tasks. My first is to calculate the energy input and output of each method in terms of kilojoules per mole. The second is to determine which method is the safest use as an apparatus, and the last is to determine how and where to make the apparatus along the coastline. Something I am interested in is seeing the health and survival effects over time of the population. The methodology differs vastly here. For the UV method, temperature and molar mass will be calculated. The main method for calculating heat transfer will be to use a spectrometer after application of UV radiation. For the contrasting condensation method, free energy calculations are crucial to determine heat transfer. Something to consider here is the before and after condensation processes. This is a quick overview of the budget here. The total budget approximation is $414.49 for every apparatus made. This is a very inexpensive way of desalinating water. Thus, any grant could support this. The timeline for fall 2014. For the first 6 weeks, I'll determine the effects of the UV light on ocean water. For weeks 7 through 11, I'll determine the effects of the condensation on ocean water. And for the last week of fall and the first week of spring, I'll compile data. From weeks 14 through 18, I'll implement the most effective apparatus in coastline cities. From weeks 19 through 23, I'll view the progress and effects of the most effective apparatus, and on the last week, I'll draft review and finalize the thesis. I am certain that I can manage this research project given my track record. I have maintained an outstanding GPA in my undergrad and graduate schools. Prior research and work experience will lead this desalination project to success.